I said yesterday I ain't gonna be on today, but I decided not to take my shrooms. I'll do the shrooms later, Monday or some shit. Come on in the chat room. Come on in the chat room. Fill in, fill in. What up, Davey Lee? What up, Ty Ward? What up, Black Indian? Anthony Thorpe? What it do, y'all? Chilling in the garage. What up, notifications work today? What up, RL? Yeah, I just came on to chill with y'all, talk a little bit of shit. This past week, Umar, it was just funny as hell watching Umar and Kevin Samuels have a little tit for tat this week. I just want to see what y'all think. I usually don't get into what other people are doing. This, to me, this shit was just hilarious to me, though. Good question. You can write. I think it's a good question, ACD. You can write a question, a review from my webinar on Yelp or Google Breakthrough Advocacy Services. If you Google Breakthrough, if you look at the, I had the link. If you look at my video like 3 videos ago, the one where the cover of the video is my book, I have the links in there. Or you can go to my link tree. I don't know about Yelp, it's my link tree. And also on the where you bought the book, you can go back and give it a review from Gumroad. But Breakthrough Advocacy Services. My website, for the most part, done. I think the website may be live. It's not finished editing. It's still some misspellings on it. I'm not announcing and launching the website yet, but it may be live right now. BreakthroughAS.org. Part of the misspellings, because I haven't QA'd it yet. I'm not gonna QA it until like Monday. Let me see. Oh yeah, I appreciate that, Jared Carr. Yeah, it ain't no cheating unless you're married. A lot of people like to. A lot of people like to talk about, is it cheating if you're not cheating on somebody? Oh, I didn't marry this person because they cheated on me. Look, if y'all single, if you single, you ain't married, you ain't cheating. Well, I take that back. It is cheating, I guess, if you guys make the little rules, we're gonna be exclusive or whatever. But my thing is this. When it comes to relationships, honesty is the best policy. I know that shit sounds corny, but I promise you it works. Honesty is the best policy. Whatever you want with a woman or man, whatever your get down is, if you're a woman looking for a man, man looking for a woman, there's somebody down with your get down. Earth is dope like that. People are down for a little bit of everything. But when you go around lying and saying, okay, I'm only going to be with you, that's misleading. And it's something my dad taught me. Drinking my wine here. It's Cambria Winery, Santa Maria. This is like right behind Neverland Ranch up in Santa Maria. Right over like Michael Jackson Neverland Ranch. There's a bunch of wineries back there. And me and the wife are members. This is one of my favorite wineries right here, Cambria Winery. But, let me pour some of this shit. when it comes to relationships, people be lying their ass off. My dad taught me a lesson. What's up, Nick? My dad taught me a lesson. Never play with a woman. Never play games with women. Just tell them the truth. Niggas don't understand. Women can take a lot. Alright? And then on top of that, hell, women got imaginations too. They may be down with your get down. They like you enough. So yeah, all that extra shit, which leads me to what we're talking about with this whole Kevin Samuels and Umar thing. First of all, for me as a married man, it's always funny as hell to see unmarried niggas talk about what it takes to get married. To me, that's just always hilarious to me. When I get my queen, well, nigga, talk about it when you get her. That's like my fat ass talking to y'all about when I get to 150 pounds. See, as a 150-pound man, this is what you need to do to get women who attract 150-pound men. Dwan, nigga, you 340. I know I'm 340 now, but I know what it's like to be a 150-pound man. I've been there in my mind, you see? And because I've been there in that mind, I can tell you what to do to keep a woman. But anyway, I like Kevin Samuels. Like, he's funny as hell. He's kind of a knockoff Jason Black. I heard Jason Black doing the straight talk thing first. But I'm not going to take it away from Kevin Samuels because he's very entertaining. And somebody in the chat said it kind of looks like Umar is pandering. You can't talk about things like that, brother. Brother, you can't say these negative things about the queens like that, brother. Look, the way I see it, Kevin Samuels says a lot of shit that really makes sense. Especially for you motherfuckers on that superficial plane. I'm not superficial. So what I have going on, my situation is different. I can't tell people what to look at, what to look for as far as the physical shit. I'm more so into, do you connect as a person? Do you connect mentally, spiritually? Do you connect on that unseen plane? That's what I'm into. That's what I'm into. Where do you connect? What do you see, Wayne Peacock? Tell me. Entertain me, please. Because at the end of the day, you gotta be attracted to who you with. But like my dad used to always say, all that other shit is one car accident away from being gone. So what you gonna do? You committed a life to somebody and they got in a car accident, now they can't walk. Now they lost an arm or whatever. What, you gonna leave them? Because the superficial thing didn't work out? You better look for something a little deeper than just the looks. See, some of y'all niggas, look, I get it. Some of you motherfuckers like Wayne Peacock come from these, in the chat, some of you niggas come from these one-horse towns where it's only like one pretty chick in the neighborhood and y'all only like, then because of what the situation y'all in, then they end up with that one pretty chick on the block that got ran through by everybody because the rest of the town looked like a bunch of rats. See, it's a little different if you from one of them towns. I'm from LA. Pretty women are a dime a dozen out here. Your LA 6 is a goddamn Arkansas 9 or 10. Oh, you niggas say you from Tampa Bay? Oh, Florida got the ugliest bitches on earth. I see why you like that. Nigga, you from Tampa Bay. At least if you said Miami, I would have been like, okay, yeah. I go to Miami a lot. I love Miami. There's some pretty women in Miami. But Tampa Bay, Yeah, Tampa Bay, all the women look like Super Bowl champions too. All the women in Tampa Bay look like Charles Barkley's wife. All the women in Tampa Bay look like that Me Too bitch. All the women in Tampa Bay look like Gabrielle Sidibe. The prettiest bitch in Tampa Bay looks like Brandy. You know Brandy with her eyes 15 feet apart? So I get why looks are so important to you. You don't see nothing that look good. Well, that ain't my problem. I'm from LA. Women is pretty as hell out here in LA. Very pretty. So getting with a pretty woman out here in LA is like whatever. All of us got pretty women. So better go for something a little deeper than that. So, but I get it. It's a lot of people who are very superficial where they gotta have a certain kind of hair look, or they got the person that they with gotta dress a certain way, or the women that they get gotta look. You know, I get that. So for the people who are on that plane, Kevin Samuels is the guy. He says what you need to hear. For those who understand what relationships go a little bit deeper than that, then I still encourage you to listen to that brother. But you know, don't take it all in. You use your discernment, use your judgment. One thing I will say that I like what Kevin Samuels says. One thing I love that he says, he tells women, okay, you want to attract a certain level of guy, you got to get a certain level of skills. 2. Because let me tell you something. Every woman on earth got pussy. A lot of women think they pussies will make them unique. No, that's that shit the Democrats and bullshit ass and your Project Mama done taught you. No. Every woman got one. So if you taught your best trait as a pussy, then you're going to be coming up short all the time. Because a nigga gonna go somewhere else, especially if y'all ain't married, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. He just wanted to try to what's in front of him. But a woman to take that serious as if it, no. So, one thing about Kevin Samuels, he talks about you don't need more than that. You gonna need more than pussy. You gonna need skills. You gonna know how to make a home. You're going to need to know how to cook. You're going to need to know something that can be more than just fucking. Got to have more than that. So that's what I like about what Kevin Samuels says. That's what I like about what he says to women. And I'm the same thing what he says to dudes. Niggas, you know good in the hell well what kind of woman you gonna attract. You got niggas over here, ain't got, you been working security guard, you damn near 40 years old, and you been a security guard for 20 years, telling a woman that one day you gonna make it. You need a little more than that, brother. Yeah, I'm in a man cave. You're going to need to know how to bring home the bacon as a man. You dig what I'm saying? No excuses when you're a man. No excuses when you're a man. The women in Tampa look like Macho Man Randy Savage. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Don't ever come in my chat room bragging about the women in Tampa. Just because she light-skinned don't mean she pretty, all right? See, a lot of niggas be thinking just because a chick is light-skinned, there's just as many ugly light-skinned women as it is dark-skinned. Ugly ain't got a skin tone. Ugly is ugly. Tampa women know how to change transmissions. You're right, yeah. He said 10 women in Tampa like Jameis Winston. Right. You get raped by a bitch you get raped by a Warren Sapp looking bitch in Tampa. Have you hemmed up right behind Buccaneer Stadium. Bitch with cornrows. I just saw a chick in Tampa. Her neck had one of the Mike Allstott neck rolls. Nothing in the back, right here. She had one of them fat sausages like I got. Like women ain't supposed to have a sausage back here. She had one though. Hope is from Florida, brother. I'm in the man cave is where I am. I'm in my man cave. I'm in my man cave. What's good, Mickey Knox? But Umar, man, Umar had a dope ass Breakfast Club interview. But it seems like every time Umar does some dope shit, he follows it up with somebody. What are you talking about? I'm not saying that necessarily about him and Kevin Samuels. Umar had a valid point. You know what I mean? I'm not going to discount Umar's point, but I think that Umar sort of went to a narrow part. This is what people do. And this is what people do. Like the reason why I don't really go back and forth with a lot of people is because they'll take a small wedge of what you said and blow it up to make it seem like that's everything you said. And this is strategy, and it works on people who don't understand communication. But I understand communication, so it doesn't work on me. You take the truth. It's not like you're lying. You do take what they say, but you put all the focus on that narrow part. Like Kevin Samuels, like I don't like the way he's always talking about women and what they need to do and how to, it will be good. People get in shape if they want to, they don't want to. But it depends on how you carry it. Like I said in my live yesterday, it's certain women that really can carry it. Some women can carry 200 pounds like nothing. Like nothing. Booty like ba-dum-dum-da-dum-dum. And every nigga don't want no little skinny chick. I'm sorry. Every nigga don't want some broomstick looking bitch. No disrespect to those who are shaped like a broomstick. But Kevin Samuels tries to make it seem like every dude wants that body type, and that's just not true. Some dudes love them thick thighs and big booties and big titties. And when it comes stacked right, it ain't gonna be no damn 150 pounds. When she come with the bump bamps, that ain't gonna be in a 140-pound package. So Kevin Samuels makes it seem like a woman has to get like, no, I like black women. I don't want a woman shaped like a white woman. I like women shaped like black women. You gotta have the boomty bam boom slaps. So Kevin will narrow everything down to what a particular man may like, what the popular masses says is right. So Umar narrowed in on that point of view, and I understood what Umar was saying. My thing is this. I like Umar and I like Kevin Samuels. You know what I mean? I don't have any problem with either one. I have problems with what both say from time to time. But I know how to separate that. I know how to separate that from, their overall message. I think Kevin Samuels has a pretty decent overall message, especially for people on the superficial side of the game. And I think, I know Umar has a great message when it comes to special education and informing parents on how to whoopty-wham through the school district. Shit. I appreciate Umar for that. But that's what one thing I like about the people out there. He said plumbers need love too. Right. That's good. Hey, that's a good comment, Joshua. If I was on my YouTube on my computer, I would highlight that comment. But Joshua made a good comment. He said he evaluates women on a European metric. That's very true. He even dressed European with them heels, tight ass pants, and suits and shit. Nigga, why are you wearing a suit at your computer? Fuck you doing? You at home, nigga. Me personally, see, look, but like I said, I don't look. The brother got some dope suits. It's people like that who like the superficial shit. He's definitely on that superficial plane. And if you're on that superficial plane, where superficial things like how a person dresses and if their hair is cut right and what label bag they can buy you, if that means something to you, then by all means, listen to what he has to say. But me personally, I'm like, look, man, like I said this shit before, the suit is the uniform of the liar, deceitful person. If you think about it, anytime you or anyone you know or any organization has been deceived on a high level, I ain't talking about a little bullshit petty crime where you can get that back, stole your radio. I ain't talking about that little bullshit. Somebody broke in your car or whatever. I ain't talking about that. But anytime you've been taken out of a lot of money or deceived in some way to really believe one thing when the truth is over here, I guarantee you somebody in a suit told you. Whether it be the person on the news, lying in a suit, your preacher lying in a suit, the person that signed your mama to that mortgage, that reverse mortgage, the reason why you couldn't get, thank you, Mickey, not yet, smash the like button. The reason why you couldn't get your mama's house is because she got deceived into a reverse mortgage by a nigga in a suit. Shall I keep going? The politician that ran on one thing, then when it got and did something else when it got in office, was wearing a suit. The judge that had your uncle locked up for 10 years over a fucking drug crime that he should have gotten rehabilitation for was wearing a suit. The people at Bear Stearns Countrywide that sent this country into bankruptcy in 2008, all them motherfuckers wore suits. So me personally, when I see somebody coming to me in a suit with a message, my first thought is, what you want, nigga? Why are you in that suit talking to me? Now, I ain't talking about back in the day, back in the 60s. All them niggas wore suits back in the 60s. They didn't have basketball shorts and t-shirts back in the 60s. They didn't really rock jeans like that back then either. So you can wear a suit back then and be telling the truth. But in 2020, in the days of cargo shorts and sweats and jeans and Dockers, nigga, I understand you wearing a suit at work, but nigga, if you just wearing a suit to wear a suit, my thought is, what game you trying to pull, nigga? Now I ain't saying nothing about Kevin Samuels, because yeah, I believe Kevin Samuels is saying something. He's saying what's needed to be heard. All right. He's saying what needs to be heard. And it would be nice if the ladies listen to what he's saying and get past his tone. Yeah, he says it in a dry way, but that's just kind of how dudes talk to each other. Joshua said, what am I sipping on? Drinking this whole bottle right here, Cambria Winery, Santa Maria, California. A few miles up the street from Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. This is their Element Pinot Noir. It's a blend. It's a clone done in a, it's not a wood barrel, in an aluminum barrel. It's a 2017. You know why I like being fat? Because I can give you niggas the real in a package you ain't used to hearing the real from. I can give you the real in a package you ain't used to hearing the real from. TV makes the fat guy seem like the buffoon. He's the comic relief. They tell you to believe whatever a skinny nigga in the suit tells you. Meanwhile, if you've been deceived at any point in life, if you've been lied to on a massive level at any point in life, it was done by a skinny nigga in a suit. But niggas is still looking for skinny niggas in a suit to give them the perfect message. I go right over those kind of people's heads, which I'm totally fine with. I'm totally fine with going over their heads. They can miss me. Intelligent people can get a message from anybody. That's facts. But at the end of the day, the only people making any change in life are intelligent people. So that's all who I really care to appeal to. That's a good point, SAS TV. Kevin is European. Who retracted that statement? That's a good. That was a good statement. He's Eurocentric because he comes from corporate America. He's like, look, if you're in that corporate mindset, looking for that corporate thing, I encourage you to listen to what that brother has to say. He's telling the truth for that context. Now, there are different realities to live. There are people who choose to live in different realities than that. So if you live in a different reality than that, there's going to be different rules. But for those who live in that matrix of superficial, corporate, Kevin Samuels is your guy. Nigga said Umar learned long ago, stop trying to help black women. Tell black women what they want to hear, and then she'll give you a whole bunch of money. That's a funny ass comment. That's a funny ass comment right there. Not all black women, but yeah, unfortunately. But like, I always look at the bright side of things. It looks like women are waking up. The majority of black women have been able to be the number one to get a game run on them. They're the ones who keep the churches open, giving money up to pimps and preachers and players. You know, but I look at the bright side of things. More black women are awake now than they were 2 years ago. Way more than were awake 2015, 2010. So the trend seems to be black women are waking up to the game too. And I like to stay on that positive vibration, because whatever vibration you stay on, you attract more of it. The subconscious doesn't understand when if you're focused on something that you don't want. All the subconscious understands is you're focused. So if you focus on what you don't want, you're going to attract more of it. Not because Earth is mean, because that's what you're focused on. Again, the subconscious, this is game right here, I'm telling y'all. Tell you niggas, learn how to get wisdom for a fat nigga. The Chinese, they knew when Buddha was around, the niggas was smart. This nigga knew what he was talking about. All them skinny niggas spitting wisdom at the time Buddha lived. We forgot all them motherfuckers. We don't know who none of them niggas is. But we still remember the Buddha. Game. What was I just saying? What's up, Star? But this is game, you got to. I forgot, I lost my damn train of thought. The wine is getting to me. But you got to understand it's different realities that we live on. And if you're going to listen to it's funny too. I was talking about the subconscious, thank you. The subconscious doesn't understand the difference between what you don't want and what you want. And I'm telling you this through experience. I'm not telling you this as a nigga who just knows it all. I'm telling you, nigga, who had to go through my own moments of clarity through knowledge, research, and therapy. Whatever you focus on, you attract. So that's why you notice I don't give much voice to what black women ain't doing. I'll bring it up and then I'll move on. And the reason why I don't focus on what black women ain't doing and all their failures is because I see a trend. I used to focus on that a lot. I did. There was a time that I did. But being honest, I believe in rewarding good behavior, because through rewarding good behavior, you don't have to punish through fear. And I've seen an awakening with black people overall, but I've seen an awakening with black women, especially post Sandra Bland. It seems as if there's an upward tick. Ever since Sandra Bland died, what was that, 2015? It seems like the police got her, it seems like every year, double the black women are waking up than were the previous year. And I see more and more black women waking up, black women waking up, black women waking up, to the point to where now it seems as if the old hood rat is starting to become the outlier. The hood rat was mainstream pre-2017, pre-2016. See, Star says Sandra Bland, premature of her. Yeah. I just noticed that after Sandra Bland, I noticed a lot of black women be like, hold on. I voted for Obama twice. I've been with the women's empowerment. So how did that happen? I've just seen black women like, okay, something ain't right here. And I've seen black women then start to wake up. Because I'm going to tell you this. And this is no disrespect to the brothers. I look at my analytics. 70% of my viewership is men. 30% are women. But when it comes to donations and when it comes to people who buy my materials, women are over half. The 30% of my viewership, but more than half of the people donating to my Cash App and buying my books and webinars and t-shirts. So not only are women, do I only see women waking up, I see black women putting their money behind it. One thing black women do understand that black men need to understand better, whatever you want, you have to fund it. That's what's up, Lisa Smith? Thank you for being a new subscriber. That's what white society understands. That's why, look up, this is information for you guys. Look up the Tavistock Institute. The Tavistock Institute pay for all kind of research on our minds. Every year they got new reports. Every major corporation in the world donates to the Tavistock Institute because corporations understand that whatever you want more of, you have to put money behind. Alex Jones, rest in shit, Rush Limbaugh, that gorilla-looking motherfucker, they existed because white society understood you have to fund whatever you want more of. Black women understand that. Unfortunately, up until basically Sandra Bland, they've been putting that money behind the church, Steve, and not all churches are bad. Hold on, let me first say all churches ain't bad. It's a lot of churches that do good things with their money. But we understand that most don't. I'm just being honest. It's impersonal to anyone in church. Just being honest about what we see. Just being honest about what we see. 30-year-long church member. My church wasn't one of the bad ones. They were pretty good at what they did with their money. But I played the drum in the church for 20 years, all across the country. But unfortunately, black women put that money behind Terry McMillan books, Who Led You Astray. Unfortunately, they put that money behind Alice Walker, Toni Morrison, Oprah, Steve Harvey. Unfortunately, a lot of black women put that money behind people who misled y'all. Love you back, Ace Grooms. I love all you motherfuckers, telling the truth. I do all this shit out of love. Even when I talk shit to y'all and hit y'all back with a zinger joke, it's all love. But black women understand that principle. What we're starting to see is black women change that. And they're putting money behind Brother Tariq, Brother Jason Black. You know? And the men are too. And shouts out to the brothers, because it's a lot of brothers on cold. But I'm not saying it's for me. But I'm saying it just in general. Black men, we got to get behind putting our money behind what we want to see more of. I'm speaking as somebody who, when y'all give me cash apps, whatever money I don't put it back into this show, I give to Dr. Claude Anderson. I donate to Tariq's Melanoid Foundation because they be bailing people out of jail. I'm always cash apping Jason Black. I wish I knew Professor Black Truth's cash app. If Professor Black Truth had a cash app or a Patreon, I'd give that money. I'd give that brother money, man. Professor Black Truth is a jewel to black society. I donated to Umar School. I went to see that brother speak 3 times. I paid to see Umar 3 different times to speak. Back before 2015. Somebody said stock up on ammo. Look, let me tell you something. Behind that Funkadelic flag, I see my picture of Dizzy Gillespie. I picture of Malcolm in. I don't look at my Honda. My punching bag. Look at that picture of Dizzy. I know I love my jazz, goddammit. put this microphone back in. What was I talking about before I dropped my microphone? I'm being random as shit. Are you checking my target? You see how right here? This is from 25 feet. You see how I hit center target? Right here and right here. You see right there? The little small dots. Center target, that was 25 feet. And you see all them red dots in the middle? Yeah, that was 25 to 30 feet, that whole target. And that was with my 9 you see right here. That was with that 9. But back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about before I dropped my microphone? But yeah, but are you on the site? Appreciate that. If you're on the breakthrough site, it ain't all the way done yet. There's still some misspellings up in that motherfucker. It ain't gonna be all clean till like Monday or Tuesday. But back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, donate black activists. You got to, like, I live this shit, man. I ain't all that talking. You got to put money behind it. You really do. He asked where my donations go. My donations go back into improving my show, like y'all see. Like you see, like it's about to start sounding real weird. Listen to how it sounds right now. Listen to how it sounds right now. Y'all paid for this mic right here. I was like, I want to start going live in my garage, in my man cave. This mic was like $190. This little thing. But I'm like, hell, if I can do, give them quality audio. But I paid for that shit out of my donations. My mics, I bought two new mics and the interface in my home studio. And the rest of that shit, like I said, it goes to Claude. Claude Anderson is my favorite one to donate to. His is the Harvest Institute. See, you hear the sound difference? That's how much I respect you guys. And that's how much I respect y'all donation. All right, if I'm going to get money from these motherfuckers, I'm going to give you a better experience. Because I got my studio in the house set up. But sometimes, like, you know, the house, I let my wife hang out in there. I don't smoke in the house. I come out to my garage to smoke. And when I be out here, I be like, shit, I want to talk to the people. So I'm like, the people be donating. Why should I hesitate on spending $200 on a mic? I respect y'all ears. I'm an audiophile. So if you're going to listen to me, I'm going to give you the best sound I can give you. Those beats that I get, I don't go to some general site. I don't go to some general site. Like, I pay Duncan for those beats. I pay him his rate. Appreciate that, Lawrence. I pay him his rate. You know? I like to donate to Tariq's Melanoid Foundation. Tariq was better than a lot of people out of jail. Tariq be paying for people's funerals. I like donating to Melanoid Foundation. I like donating to different black charter schools. Like it's different black charter schools here in LA. I donate a lot of the money to that. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to open up my own private foundation, the Breakthrough Foundation. Hopefully my foundation will be done by like June or July. But I'm opening my own foundation because I'll be donating so much. I'm like, shit, I may as well open up my own foundation and do it right under the taxes. You know what I mean? I appreciate the offer, but no, I'm not looking for a remodel of the man cave. I'm not looking for a remodel. This is a garage. I ain't trying to. I don't plan on being here permanently. It's one of my apartments, but you know when you run the shit, you take over shit. Yeah, circulating black dollars. Yeah, but like, yeah, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, but like, I appreciate y'all. Like, I've donated to Umar School. I donated to Umar School about 4 different times between like 2014, 2015, and 2018. I stopped donating to a school around 2018, 2017, sometime around there. But I still don't publicly talk about it. I see that he got 2 buildings. I saw that. And he said that he has to get the HVAC cleaned out and he has to get the plumbing cleaned out, then it'll be open. We'll see. We got trolls in here that aren't funny. That's your mom's squirt on my chin, my nigga. That's not turkey gravy. That's your mom. Your mom knows how to squirt from 9 feet away. That bitch can hit free throws with her squirt. E-block. That's what that is. Your mama squirt every time she eats Doritos. What we talking about here? So what y'all talking about here in the chat room? No, I didn't get to go to Malibu. See, we didn't. That's why I'm here with y'all. I didn't go to Malibu today. I was going to go to Malibu, but the weather in LA changed. The Malibu, it was like when we checked the weather early this week, they said it was going to be 75, 76 in Malibu. When we checked the weather last night, it said it was going to be 60 in Malibu. And I don't know about y'all from the other parts of the country, but 60 cold as fuck in LA. Fuck that. I'm not about to be on the beach with that cold ass breeze. 60 degrees. Hell no. And I ended up not taking my mushrooms either. I think I'm gonna do my mushrooms like on Monday. 60 is spring weather. No, 60 is fucking hell in LA. 60 in LA? Shit. That's a winter wonderland. I don't pay this expensive ass rent, mortgage, property taxes, state taxes in California for 60 fucking degrees. I'm cold. Mickey said, look, hey Mickey, I've been to Minnesota. All right? I went to Minneapolis because I had a homeboy that played for the Timberwolves. I went to Minneapolis in 2010 or 9, sometime around there. I went to Minneapolis. It was December. And I remember that shit said 9 degrees. Hell no. 9 fucking degrees? Nigga, I'll beat somebody's ass just to warm up. Look, from LA, look, this is what I do. When I want to go to the snow, there's this place called Lake Arrowhead. It's 2.5 hours east of LA. I go to Lake Arrowhead. They got the little bobsled thing where you slide down the hill. Coffee and hot chocolate. You get to be in the snow for the day and leave. Speaking of which, hell, it's almost, I appreciate the Cash App. I appreciate the Cash App, Star. speaking of weather, like, I remember one day, this is back when me and my wife was dating before we got married. This was like 2007. I had an Audi A6. I had a 2006 Audi A6. That car drove like a video game. I woke my girlfriend up at the time before she was my wife. I woke her up, called her at 6 in the morning. I said, get dressed. I didn't even tell her where we was going. I said, get dressed. She got dressed. I picked her up because at the time I was in View Park, she was in Ladera. Our house where we lived was only about 1.5 miles apart. Right down Slauson, Ladera Heights. Y'all know if you're in LA. I picked her up about 6:45 in the morning. We went to Lake Arrowhead. We got to Lake Arrowhead at about 9 in the morning. Had breakfast in the snow. It was snowing on the mountains. Got on the lake, to the little lake boat. Went some shopping. Then left and drove the car to Malibu. And it was 80 degrees in Malibu. Went from the snow to the warm beach. And we was in Malibu by, 3 o'clock? Stayed on the beach till about 6, came home. Put about 200 miles on my car that day, maybe 300. But that's the kind of shit you could do in LA. Go to the snow and go to the beach in the same day and have a wonderful fucking day. That's what you niggas need to understand. Y'all can listen. Like I said, I have no issues with what Kevin Samuels is saying at all. But if you want to keep a woman, be interesting. Be interesting. Don't be so hard all the goddamn time. Arguing about who your top 5 is. Nigga, you know what I was playing when I was in the car with my wife? Nigga, I was listening to the Whispers. Olivia the slave, lost and turned out. Nigga, we was listening to motherfucking Enchantment, New Birth, Earth and Fire, Frankie Beverly, The Emotions. You right, Lisa Smith, woman needs to smile. Take what Brother Kevin Samuels says, but I'm telling you this. He says good things to get together. But here's my point of view. And as a matter of fact, I think my next webinar is going to be on relationship communication. Here's my point of view when it comes to relationships. Relationships are supposed to be fun. That's right, Mark Smith. Enjoy each other's conversation, each other's company. Relationships have to be fun. My marriage with my wife and our anniversary is in 53 minutes. It's 11:07. In 53 minutes is going to be our 7-year anniversary. Our relationship is built on fun. You hear me? Fun. We first went to we go to concerts together a lot. Our first concert together was 1999. August. I have a good memory. My wife and I's first concert together was August 3rd, 1999. We went to go see Maxwell at the Universal Amphitheater, right next to Universal Studios. We had just graduated college. I mean, not college. We had just graduated high school. We went to the same high school. We just graduated high school, and this was my present to her. We were friends at the time. We weren't dating, but she was going to Duke, and I was staying home, and I was going to Santa Monica College, and I eventually went to Cal State Northridge. She went to Duke University. So 7 days before she went to Duke, we went to this Maxwell concert. That was our first concert together. That was my first concert. She had been to concerts before. Her dad's a fucking musical icon, so she had been to concerts and shit. I hadn't. And my second concert, I appreciate, thank y'all for the congratulations. My wife and I's second concert was July 6th, 2000, to see Lucy Pearl and D'Angelo. This when D'Angelo was on a voodoo tour. Questlove was on the drums, and Lucy Pearl. This is the Lucy Pearl when Dawn was still with them from In Vogue. That was our second concert. Our third concert was the next, that same summer. Because that was the first, we went to two concerts that summer. Was that concert, and the second concert was Erykah Badu. It was Erykah Badu. No, 2001 was our next concert. That summer when she came back from school. Erykah Badu, Common, and Bilal. Universal Amphitheater. Bilal was the opener, Common was second, and Erykah Badu was third. And then after that, we got subscriptions to the Hollywood Bowl. And that's what we do. Me and my wife's relationship is on fun. And the thing, a lot of these relationship gurus, the thing that they miss, they give good information when it comes to the technical side of relationships. But once you get in a relationship, you got to remember, I appreciate that, Star. Once you get in a relationship, what you got to remember is you have to live with that person. You got to go to sleep with that person. You have to solve problems with that person. You have to integrate with that person's family. I spent all day today with my wife's family. Her cousin's daughter, her cousin's son's birthday. I was there with my wife, her mom, her cousins, having a great fucking time. I love my wife's family. I love my wife's family. All of that is what you have to deal with. So once you get past the superficial things that people like your relationship gurus talk about, I'm not going to just isolate Kevin Samuels because he's the only one. Most of your relationship gurus out there just talk about these technical things to be in a relationship. I think the biggest thing we yearn for in life is peace. How can you be at peace if the woman you lay next to you don't even like? I'm going to ask that again. How can you be at peace if you don't like the person that you have to be around every day? That's the part that a lot of these people forget. And that's also why I'm going to get into talking about relationships more. Because I know I've been for y'all. I apologize for the people who've been listening to me for a long time. Because for a year I've been saying I'm going to talk about relationships more, but I still don't. Part of that is my personal hang up. This is a moment of honesty to y'all. Because like I said, I don't like to come to y'all like some fucking guru. I come to you just as a man, as a vulnerable man that speaks his truth based on experiences that he's lived. That's all I am. I haven't come to you guys on relationships more because I see what people's responses are when they think of relationship coaches. And mind you, I'm a certified relationship coach. You'll see when I launch my breakthrough website, I literally have a certification for relationship coaching, and I literally belong to an international union. I'm a part of the International Union of Relationship Coaches. I have a college degree, Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies, and I'm fucking married. So I have all of what I need credential-wise to speak to you guys. The reason why I don't do it is because I see what's out there, and I see people all the term relationship coach, and you see how these people live their lives. It's very kind of like when you come at somebody saying you're a relationship coach, they look at you like, nigga what? And nigga, they look at you like the nigga selling on a pyramid scheme. So I don't want to get grouped into that. So I've been hesitant to come out there with my relationship advice and information. Because you hear the Steve Harvey books. When people think relationship thing, they think that's Steve Harvey bullshit. It's too many scam artists in their whole relationship genre. And because of so many scam artists, me being the genuine person that I am, I don't want to put myself in that mix. The crazy thing is the thing that empowers me to move forward and do it is it was my wife's idea to even become a relationship coach. Because she was so anti-relationship because of some of her experiences. My wife is like, man, fuck all that shit. It was my leadership as a husband, and before that a fiance, and before that a boyfriend, that let her understand, that showed her that this is some genuine shit. So she went from the skeptic to the believer based on how I live my life and how I treat her. And my wife is very private, very extremely private. So for her to tell me to talk about relationships was what made me even bring it up to begin with. So me being afraid of being grouped with a bunch of scam artists is the reason why I don't fucking talk about relationships. I just kind of stay on other shit. When to tell you the truth, relationships is probably the things that I'm most qualified to talk about. I would say relationships is probably the thing that I'm most qualified to talk about. Because it's not only my experience. Look, I learned from my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad gave me more certification than my college degree and my relationship coach certification and my membership of the International Relationship Coaches Worldwide. Them three together ain't got shit on being raised by my mom and my dad. I was kicking it with my mom and my dad today. I love my parents. I love them niggas. I love them. And I'm so blessed to have young parents. My mama had me at 22. Had my sister at 18. But you know what my mom's going to be tomorrow for Mother's Day? Okay, I appreciate that, Yogi Fish. I will do more relationship shows. I have faith in you guys. The guys that in the comment section, the people who listen, I talk about what you guys want me to talk about. But my mom and my dad, it's funny too, because like now that they're so goddamn cute. Now that they're retired, I gotta call my parents to see where they're gonna be. See, when they worked, I knew when to stop at their house and they'd be there. Now they both retired, man, I go by my parents' house. These niggas is at the casino. And the casino like 2.5 hours away. My parents be dipping. My mama called me when I went by there today. She was like, don't come by tomorrow for Mother's Day. We gonna be at the casino. And they taking my sister and her husband. My sister's married. My sister has a dope ass relationship with her husband. It's funny. I'm 7 years married. My sister's 14 years married. My parents trained us well. My parents have so much fun together. These niggas be dipping. I get to my parents' house like, where y'all at? Nigga, we in Vegas. And don't eat all the chicken. Nigga, my dad be like, I want a wing when I get home. Don't raise. My mom be like, eat anything you want, baby. My dad be like, nigga, I want that wing, nigga. When I get back. I'd be like, when y'all go to Vegas? They be like, nigga, we decided to go yesterday. And I love my parents. I love my parents, man. They taught me how to live, man. My parents taught me how to do this marriage thing for real, for real. My dad's lesson to me was my dad used to be like, looks are important. They definitely get with a woman you're attracted to. Nobody want to be with a booger wolf. Get with a woman you're attracted to. But my dad used to always say you do not want your relationship to depend 100% on attractions. Because attraction is one car accident away from ending. And if you commit to somebody, you commit to them for life. Be a man of your word. My dad's wisdom. Whatever you say you're gonna do it. If you ain't gonna do it, don't say it. That's how my dad raised me. And my mom raised me to listen to your wife. She only wants, if your woman's saying something to you important, she only wants the best thing that's for you. If you chose her and you know she's down for you, if she's saying something, it's for your best interest. That's what my mom taught me. So that's how I treat my wife. My wife is very smart. As you can tell, I do 80% of the talking in our relationship. But for the 20% my wife do talk, I listen. That woman's smart as hell. That's why, brothers, when you decide to marry a woman you can trust. Marry a smart woman. Women are smart as fuck. If you can't trust her, don't marry her. Let me say that one more time. If you can't trust her, don't marry her. But if you marry her, you better for damn well trust her. So when she's saying something that you don't quite see, at least trust that she understands, and she may see it from an angle that you may not see it yet. And so even though she may sound weird as fuck, because women look, y'all be sounding weird as fuck to us real niggas sometimes. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? But that's when, in those moments, brother, you gotta remember why you married her. And part of the reason you married her was because of her intelligence. So even though in the moment it may seem weird, it may seem off, at least slow down and listen. You may not use what she say. You may not be able to take it. It may be something that you don't need. But at least slow down and find out. Yeah, kick that Joe dude out. This is somebody who has a Freudian fetish for his mother. Don't worry about these kind of guys. These are people whose mama didn't do them right, didn't give them enough breast milk, and so they hate women. Alma Dixon earlier. I saw you ask the question, but it went in my mouth. Ask that question again. You right about that, Montclair. The other relationship group was gonna talk about their mom and my dad. I'm qualified. Like I said, fuck my college degree in communication studies. Fuck my international coaches relationship certification. Fuck my membership for the internet. I'm a recognized, look, you niggas don't understand. I am a recognized relationship coach in Europe, in India, in Pakistan, in Nigeria, in Argentina, in Mexico. My certification goes to those countries. That don't mean shit. I was raised by Rhonda and DwannBrown. My mom and my dad, them is the motherfuckers that taught me what a relationship is. I never saw my dad one time disrespect my mom. I've never seen my dad. I remember something my mom told me. My mom said my dad told her when they first got together, if I ever call you a bitch, if I ever disrespect you, that's going to be the day I leave. And that was in 1979. My parents going to be at the casino tomorrow having fun. I've seen, and not just superficial love. This right here. I'll see if y'all see it. This is my mom and my niece Madison, and my other niece Layla. You see my mom Madison looking at Layla, her grandbaby? My mom was full of so much love. Yeah, I posted that on Instagram. I don't know if y'all saw that picture on Instagram. It's my family. Look, this is my sister, my dad, and my brother. It's my dad. Wait, right here. This is my dad, my sister, and my brother playing dominoes together. This is last week for my sister's birthday party. This is how my family get down. This is my sister's birthday party. That's her husband. That's their 2 kids. Let me see if I can find that other picture. I can't find another picture. But that's how my family get down. So that's what qualifies me to be a relationship guru. My parents are still married. My sister and her husband are still married. I'm still married to a woman I've been able to hold the attention of for over 25 fucking years. That's my qualification. Those degrees is just a white man saying, okay, this nigga knows what he's talking about. And we all know white folks don't know shit. But there are people out there who need degrees for validation. So I got that too. So people are going to have a choice. They can either say, oh, that nigga's fat. He got titties. He don't know what he's talking about. Of course he's a fat guy. You can say that. Okay, fine. Or you can say, how does this man have the ability to have long-lasting, sustaining relationships? And what can he offer me so I can have long-lasting, sustaining relationships? Anybody can get with somebody. It takes a real motherfucker to stay with somebody. And that's what a lot of your relationship gurus don't offer. They don't offer you how to stay with somebody and be happy. Let me see. What y'all talking about here? Niagara Falls in the building. Yeah, we are black, but black is a political term. For the person who asked that, I just saw that question before it went away on my screen. You're right, Montclair. I might be the perfect person for this genre, but I've always been that way. My thing is, I again, I'm vulnerable with you guys. I don't just preach vulnerability, I live it. I'm very vulnerable about my insecurities. Whenever an environment is fake, I don't function well in fake environments. Again, going back to my comedy career, I don't blame other people for my comedy career not taking off. It's me. I don't generally go in the environments that are going to push my comedy career forward. I get good reviews. Anytime I do a comedy club in Hollywood, I smash. But I don't go up there often because the environment is too fake. I don't feel right. And the whole relationship guru environment is a very fake environment. So I don't feel comfortable in that light, So I more so stick to black news and empowerment and that kind of stuff. I don't feel comfortable in that light. But at the same time, I understand people need that help. What's up, Advar? Oh, is that Amir? Advar 17? I think that's Amir. If that's Amir, say yeah, nigga. But I don't feel comfortable in that environment because it's so many scam artists over there. And I don't want to be perceived as a scam artist. So shouts out to A Davari. Everybody in the chat room, say hi to A Davari 17 in the chat room. That was my friend in middle school. When 7th grade, 8th grade, Amir was my friend. He was from Iran. See, I went to Coliseum Elementary School. All black school. Then I went to Overright Middle School. And Overright Middle School was mostly a black school. It was in a different neighborhood. But that was the first time I ever went to school with a white person or anybody who wasn't black was at Overright. And I became instant friends with A. Davari. And we was very close in 7th and 8th grade. We used to play basketball together. Lunchtime. And you know how niggas is, since he wasn't black, we used to call him Vlade Divac. Because this is back in the 90s in LA with the Lakers. And Vlade was the center. This is before Kobe came to the Lakers. This was Vlade was still the center of the Lakers. We used to call A. Davari Vlade because he was Middle Eastern. We didn't know the difference between fucking Iran and Yugoslavia. It was the same shit to a group of niggas. And I lost contact with Amir. I didn't see that motherfucker all through high school, all through college. And we got back in contact on social media about 2 years ago. That's why I liked Facebook. And Amir, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I was happy as hell when I got back in contact with Amir on Facebook. I used to love that motherfucker in 7th and 8th grade. Good dude, man. Good dude. He know my wife. Well, I don't know if he knows this shit, but hell, he was who I used to always kick it with when I had a crush on my wife before she even knew I had a crush on her. Yeah, you seen Many of a Rich Man? Yeah. Yeah, you've seen plenty of unstable rich men. Most rich people are crazy. I know a lot of rich people, man. I do. I know a lot of rich people. And it's a certain thing that if most people understood rich people, you wouldn't want a relationship with them. You would not want a relationship with them. Yeah, man. Again, that also qualifies me when it comes to my relationship coaching. I don't just coach on relationships between man and woman. I coach on relationships between parent and child, and I coach on workplace relationships. With my company Breakthrough, y'all don't understand, companies hire me to work on workplace relationship coaching and communication. I do that too. But y'all see, I got my homie from 30 years ago damn near in the chat room. I maintain long-standing relationships. One of my best friends, John Tate, I've been knowing since we were 3 years old. One of my other best friends, Ronnie, I met the same year I met Amir. Ronnie's from India. Been on him since 93. My other homeboy, Derek, been on him since 92. Like my friendships, I got long-standing relationships with people. Because I understand people and how to maintain relationships. And how to pick good people to maintain in my life. But I've been so hesitant to put that out there as a coach, as a guru, because there's so many frauds in that field. I don't want to be associated with these niggas. I don't want to associate with these niggas. $11.35. Yeah, one wife, man. Look, here let's break down what it takes to be in a good relationships. The first thing is to pick the right person that's right for you. The first step in picking the right person that's right for you is for you to be comfortable in what you like. All right? If you like midgets with one leg longer than the other, be comfortable in that. And you will find a midget with one leg longer than the other. You got to be first comfortable in you and what you like. And then you will attract that. The problem is, people get caught up in what they say society is the right thing to look at. That's why you get people who tune in to Brother Kevin Samuels. Again, I'm no diss on Kevin Samuels, but they'll tune into him and be like, you got to be, if you 5'6", you got to be 130 pounds based on the BMI index. There's some people who are genuinely into that. And based on how that brother talks, I believe he's one of those who are genuinely into that. That's what that brother genuinely values. But a lot of people don't genuinely value that. A lot of people just want someone on their arm that looks the standard of what society says is good. And that's where a lot of brothers make mistakes when it comes to picking a woman. You want to pick a woman that you think everyone else is going to like. I remember, here's an example. When I used to go to a lot of NBA games, I used to go to the Friends and Family room a lot at Staples Center, Laker games and Clipper games. I had access to the Friends and Family room. That's where basically all the players come to at the end of the game to get their families and go home. And I remember you would look at the wives and the girlfriends of all the players. They all looked alike. Thin, a bubble booty, but not a big booty. Not a flat booty either, but not a big booty. Kind of just a little bubble. B-size titties. Maybe a C, but definitely not a D. Definitely not an A. Thin waist, long hair. 2 out of 10 was natural. The other 8, it was fake. It was like you could take one chick's head off the other and put it on the other. I'll never forget when I used to take my wife to some of these games. And this was before we got married when my wife was my girlfriend. I would take her to Clipper games. And this was the season that Khloe Kardashian was married to Lamar Odom. Tamia was married to Grant Hill. Chris Paul was there. Gloria Govan from Basketball Wives. She was still married to Matt Barnes. This was that year. So it was a lot of celebrity women in there, along with just other women, but they all looked alike. The only nigga who had a real woman in there was Chris Paul. Chris Paul's wife Jada was like very cool. Chris Paul's wife Jada, her Jordan collection is killing all you niggas' Jordan collections. And I'm talking about the Jordans she bought before she got with Chris Paul. But I said it to say that to me, she wasn't fucking with none of these bitches. She needed to come in the friends and family room. But I took my wife to a game, and she was looking one day. She was like, "Is this some Stepford wife shit going on here? Why all these bitches look alike? Just look at the NBA wives. They all look alike. That's because in that environment, no one is picking what they perceive is right. They're picking what other niggas are like. And that's why all them niggas end up divorced within 2 years of their career ending. Because they're going after a look, but it's a look based on what other people like. Close this garage. Right, Alma Dixon, it's all an image. So when you listening to a lot of these relationship gurus, they're wanting all women to fit into an image. Understand this. If you're marrying an image, you're going to receive the consequences of marrying an image. Being with someone who has the image you like, but you really don't like who she is. Your friends think she fine, but she really ain't fun. Every time you want to do something, she worried about her hair. You got to get in contact with what you like. And be secure within that. You can't judge your spouse, your woman, your man, whoever you decide to get with. You can't judge them off what other people think. She has to be a representation of what you like. So it requires you to get to a level of maturity that you follow what you like. That's the first step. Once you get secure in what you like, you then go about finding somebody that represents that and know that you can get it. I have a friend, I won't say his name because I love him too dearly. One of my good friends. He knows he's the kind of brother, he knows what he likes, but he doesn't believe he can attract what he likes. Belief is very important. And this is the dude that get all kind of women. He get the baddest women on earth that fall in love with him. But for some reason, he doesn't believe he deserves that. So the women he ends up settling with be of a lesser quality than what he really likes and really desires. And the funny thing is, he actually attracts what he likes and desires. But since his belief isn't there, he doesn't see what's right in front of him. What's the lesson in that? When you don't have belief in yourself, you can have everything you want come right to your feet, and you still not partake because you don't believe you can have it. Doesn't that remind you a little bit of the black struggle? The mass consciousness of black society is a disbelief in who we are and our ability to own and control. So as a black society, we create so much dope stuff, from how we wear our clothes, to the music we create, to the inventions we come about, and we end up giving it away because as a people we don't believe in it. When the whole time we've been our own solution. That's why I recommend that movie Wizard of Oz. Well, the Wizard of Oz is corny because it's white folk shit. Watch The Wiz, the black version. But what's the message of The Wiz? In The Wiz, you go down the yellow brick road, your yellow chakra. You see green, heart chakra, red, root chakra. Remember that scene with all the different colors and everything? The whole purpose of the movie The Wizard of Oz, or The Wiz, is to tell you that you've had the solution to go home to your highest self all along. Dorothy got those slippers at the beginning of her trials and tribulations. Remember that. Dorothy got the solution before the problems came about. She went down the yellow brick road through fear, through insecurity, the Tin Man. She went through all the insecurities that we have just to come back to who she was all along. If I sound drunk, that means you're a little bit slow. Catch up, nigga. Don't project. Catch up. Put your running shoes on and catch up to the rest of us. When you watch movies, you watch for the lesson. The lesson of The Wizard of Oz was to tell you that you've had the solutions to yourself all along. If that sounds drunk to you, then nigga, you need to drink and catch up. That's the lesson in it. You already have the solution inside of you. And that's why I wrote my book, No Time to Waste, a self-motivation guidebook. Get the book. It's on my website. My website on this channel, when you click website on the channel, it'll take you to hotepish.com. On the merchandise tab, it'll take you to the book. Buy the book. I wrote a book on this shit, yo. I'm not just running my fucking mouth, nigga. I wrote a fucking book on this. The whole purpose of my book is to help you find yourself. So you can pay for and listen to all the relationship gurus you want to. And I'll talk more about relationships. This time I mean it. I've been telling y'all that for a long time. I'm actually doing it this time because I see people need the help. But you are your own solution. Go rewatch The Wizard of Oz or watch The Wiz with your third eye. Watch it with your third eye. The movie is telling you you've had the solution inside of you the whole time. But you've had to go through these trials and tribulations for you to see that you've had the solutions the whole time. There's no place like home. You got to first find out what home is. And through discovering what home is, you'll have great relationships with other people. I'm not saying you have to be perfect entering those relationships. But you do have to be on the journey to find out what home is. You're right about that, Don. All movies are about chakras. You, for the most part, right. Any movie with substance is dealing with the chakra work. You can call it pseudo all you want. But once you learn what the chakras are and then start to watch movies, you'll understand what we're talking about here. You dig? What y'all want to talk about here in the chat room? I'm going to stay on for about another 20 minutes or so. What y'all talking about in here? But remember this, man. Like, whatever you deeply desire in a relationship, there's somebody of the opposite sex who offers what you desire. There is somebody, if not multiple people out there, who offers what you deeply desire. And once you get clear on what you deeply desire and have the confidence of knowing you can attract that, you'll find it, and you'll find it right away. The reason why people get fucked up in relationships is they don't know what the fuck they want. What other people like. Across the internet, for the most part, uniform. You just look up the 7 chakras. It's more than 7 chakras, but the primary 7 chakras, look those up. If you want to know more about the metaphysical side of the game and the side chakras, I encourage you to look up Bobby Hemmett. I need some weed. I encourage you to look up Bobby Hemmett. Fucking love Bobby Hemmett. I'm going to interview, hopefully, it's his brother, Ali, who watches my shows sometimes. So, Ali, if you watch this replay, if I don't reach out to you, reach out to me pretty soon. I want to interview Ali Hemmett, his brother, just to get an update on what's going on with Bobby Hemmett. Oh, yeah, Brother Panic is the shit. I value Brother Panic, and I like the way he be checking niggas, too. He be checking niggas in his chat room. That shit be hilarious. I'm about to roll up. Somebody said they rolling up. I'm rolling up right now, too, nigga. Smoke with me. As a matter of fact, you know, like Panic talks about those packs. These are Panic be talking about those packs. This is one of Panic's packs. This is original pack. Remember I told y'all how I support my black people? Y'all thought I was bullshitting? Brother Panic. That's Brother Panic right there. Matter of fact, I'm about to put some of this shit in my joint. Some of his original pack and your weed. Woo. See, look. I'm glad somebody in there said, Brother Panic. So I can smoke some of this original pack. I got his money pack. This is Brother Panic's money pack. You see on here it says money. This is money pack. And I'm going to tell you something. When I first got Brother Panic's money pack, I ain't going to tell you all my business, but I closed, when I first got this money pack, the week after that, I closed a big deal for me that made me a lot of money. A deal that should have had been closed 6 months sooner. But it was all kind of bullshit, you know? You know how these deals go sometimes. People want to keep changing the deals, alter this, alter that, changes. And it seemed as if the deal was dead in the water. I got in that money pack and smoked that hoe. A couple weeks later, a deal that I thought was dead in the water just closed out of nowhere. I'm not saying the money pack did it. But I am saying it was mighty convenient that shit closed right after I got it. I support my black people, man, for real, for real. That's why I appreciate y'all. Y'all be buying my t-shirts and shit. Y'all be buying my classes. I appreciate that. But I also see it as that's also the energy that I've also put forward in my life. That's the energy that I put forward. I receive it. Let me see here. What y'all talking about? Do I know about Dane Calloway? Yeah, I've heard about Dane Calloway. He be saying some dope shit on American Aboriginal history, but I don't really listen to him a lot. I've seen a few Dane Calloway videos. I don't watch him a whole lot, but the brother got good information. I value him. I value that brother. We need a bunch of people out here spreading this information. The last thing we need is one nigga doing it all, because if it's one nigga, they gonna let that motherfucker. Let me see here. What's the first or smartest path to start a local bath shop on Black Wall Street? Through yourself? Black Wall Street starts in here. And when we get this in here, we collectivize with our other people who have this in here. We don't need to start a grandiose thing. The next Black Wall Street won't look like the last. It's gonna be different. Like I tell people all the time, look, like when people always talk about, you know, where black people are, oh, we this, we that. No, we gotta start with ourselves. You gotta strengthen yourself. You gotta strengthen yourself. Like this, I'm gonna take it back to when I coached basketball. Back when I coached basketball, in order for your team to be good, audio is low. Okay. In order for a basketball team to get good, to be good, a basketball team needs a group of strong individuals. The person that's best rebounder needs to be the best rebounder in the league. The two on the floor that are required to hit the open, to be knockdown shooters, need to be top 10 in the league at knocking down open jump shots. Your ball distributing guard needs to be top 10 in the league in assistant ball distribution. Your low post center needs to be someone who has the footwork to post up on either block and finish with either hand. In order for the team to be good, each individual must be great at their assigned role. So before us 12 a.m., I appreciate that, Blackwell. Yeah, happy anniversary with me. My wife is with her parents right now. I prefer papers. I do papers, no blunts. I do some blunts, but I just got these raw 300. I just got a 5 box of these. 1,500 papers on Amazon for $10. I'm not gonna need no more papers for the rest of the year. Those are the small papers. And I also got the long papers too, but I don't know where they went. It's somewhere down there. Right now I'm holding the long papers. This is the long paper. See, these are the short ones. Sativa or indica, depending on how I feel. I do sativas probably 70% of the time, but I like indicas too. When can you see my set? We'll be performing in Vegas May 22nd. I'll be live on stage May 22nd in Las Vegas. Pretty soon we're gonna stream some shit. But all of my old comedy setup, I got some stuff up there. Like if you go to Craig's Bullyfoot channel, I think he has an old set for me up from way back, like 2015. A video and put it up. An old stand-up comedy set from like 2015. You gotta hit up Craig for the Domino League. But he is looking for people to be in the Domino League, but just hit up Craig. Y'all see his email on this show. See, I didn't take no shrooms on the beach today. I didn't go to the beach. It was too cold. I didn't go to the beach. So, no, I did not take my shrooms today. But I think I'm going to do these like on Monday. Got some black albinos. They say these ones make you really goofy and silly and laugh a lot. I'll let you guys know after I take them on Monday. Oh yeah, I'm different than the motherfucker. I'm not your everyday wise nigga. I'm very open with my weed smoke. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm very open with my weed smoke and shroom intake and all kind of other stuff because I'm me. I don't want to be one of the people who want to come off as some clean, I'm very clean in a lot of ways. But I don't want that to be my calling card. I don't want people to come off me and say, oh, this motherfucker's just doing all kinds of clean, pure shit. No, nigga. I live my fucking life. And I encourage other people to live their life. Don Smith, I promise you, I will never go live on Shrooms. I'm not on Shrooms right now. I'm only on weed and wine right now. When I'm on Shrooms, I don't fuck with social media at all. Let me say it again. When I'm on Shrooms, I don't fuck with social media. I sit this shit down and listen to music in my inner voice and my higher consciousness speak wisdom to me. Can't nobody, let's say again, can't nobody tell me shit about Shrooms. A Shroom trip inspired me to write that fucking book that I wrote. And I wrote that book in less than 2 weeks off that Shroom trip. Now, it took me another 2 months to refine it. And what I ended up with was far different than what I started. But the mushrooms helped me disconnect from the pain and trauma of everything that went into me writing that book caused. A lot of you here now were here last night, but if you weren't here last night when we talked, I talked about the trauma that I dealt with day to day at my last job. Going around on the way to comedy shows, having to feed children who haven't eaten in 5 days. 30 minutes before I'm supposed to make 200 people laugh that I never met before. That's who the fuck I am. A lot of pain and trauma went into my daily, nights, day work. A lot of pain. The mushrooms really did help me separate myself from the pain. The mushrooms really did help me see that I am not my experiences. My therapist tried to help me with that, and conceptually I understood what you're saying the whole time. Conceptually. It was the mushrooms that made it real, tangibly. It made me really see that I'm not my experience and separate myself. And so through that separation, I was able to then now write my book on how to find myself and how to find yourself and self-motivation. I couldn't write that book before my mother. Every time I tried, I have been saying, look, let me just tell y'all something. I have been telling y'all, I mean, not y'all, but this is before I started my show. I have been telling friends I'm gonna write a book on my methods, on how I work with kids and help people find their higher self. I have been saying I'm gonna write that book since 2014, man. Because I just, through my job, I developed a really dope program where I could consistently go into families and go and work with individuals, whether it be adults or children, and help them find their purpose. I was like, I need to write a fucking book on this. But I dealt with so much pain and trauma at that job. Every time I sat at my computer to write a book on my methods to help people find who they are, I would think of a story working with children. A story would come up out of nowhere of the time I saw a mom put I had one kid who was in foster care. This is one of the few foster parents who was really good for this kid. Had him in school, had his grades go from fails and D's to A's and B's. I sold into this kid's life. I started using drum therapy, teaching him how to play the drums and using that as a means to communicate to him the importance of getting his education and winning in life. And then I got to see that kid ripped away and taking him back to his mom. And his mom was like, put him in a non-public school because the non-public school takes them from my doorstep to the school, and I ain't got to do shit. Basically, what she did was, let me give you guys an example. She took this child, the system took this child from an environment that had him on a fast track to your name the university, probably full ride scholarship, because that's how smart this dude was. He would have gotten a full ride scholarship to anywhere he wanted to go. That's where he was headed. And then take it out and place it to an environment that's literally catered to putting our black boys in jail. And to another kid that I worked with very closely, rest in peace, I can't say his name because of HIPAA violations. I don't say these kids' names because I don't want to deal with no HIPAA violations. But rest in peace to this one kid I used to work with. I spent 2 years working with this kid on his behavior. He went from fails to A's working with me. And then I just turn on the news one day and then show him getting chased by someone and murdered. That's pain. So pain and trauma has helped me from writing a book that I've been wanting to write for 6 years. A book that can help people. I haven't been able to write that book for 6 years because of pain and trauma. One mushroom trip got me to see that pain and trauma from a different perspective, from the perspective of life in the grand scheme of things. And it opened me up and it separated me from a lot of the traumas that I dealt with vicariously through my occupation. And it relaxed my mind to write a fucking book. So when people that go around telling you that fat people who smoke weed and do mushrooms are just lazy and uninspired, I encourage you to give that person my information. Let's put their day-to-day schedule next to mine, and let's see who's more productive. Nigga. Again, I don't believe in all them fake-ass drugs, but it's certain shit, weed, mushrooms, certain shit that grows out of earth naturally, that my belief, personally, is God, wine. Y'all see me with my wine? Grapes. There's certain things that God put in this earth that are there to assist us along through our journey. And if you use it constructively, it's constructive. But like anything, you can be destructive with it too. Hey, look, water can either keep you alive or it can flood your whole fucking city and wash you out. What's up, Jeff Brown in the chat room? What up, Jeff? Fire can either warm you up or destroy you. All of its tools. How you decide to operate that tool is going to determine the outcome you get from that tool. If you're using weed to get away from your problems, then you'll get away from your problems. But if you're using weed to get clear on your problems, you get clarity. If you use weed to relax after a long day like I'm doing right now, then that's what you'll get. What do you use it for is the question. Philip said, I'm on the Kevin Samuels side. I'm on the Kevin Samuels side too, going back to our original topic. Between what Umar talking about and between what Kevin Samuels is talking about, I'm more so on Katt Samuels' side. I understood what Umar was saying, but Umar cherry-picked a small part of Katt Samuels' argument. You can't invalidate, for me, understanding communication. You can't cherry-pick a small part of a person's argument and make that be the reason why everything they say is wrong. That's not an intelligent approach to life. You could cherry pick a part of person's argument, and say that part is wrong, but you can't invalidate a whole person's whole argument off of a part of the argument. Katt Samuels' argument is, whatever you want to attract in life, be clear on it and be clear on who you are, on your levels. Like, he's right. Niggas know, if you ain't got shit cracking in your life, making $30,000 a year, you know you can't crack Holly Berry. You know you can't crack whatever your favorite entertainer of the day is. Niggas are very clear with that. Women have nothing to offer other than box and think that they deserve some nigga making $500,000 a year. Katt Samuels is very on point. Katt Samuels is very on point when it comes to women being realistic. Because Oprah, Alice Walker, Toni Morrison, they done all lied to you. They done all lied to you. So Katt Samuels is breaking down a lot of lies. So I appreciate that. So you can't narrow that one part that he says about weight down to everything that he says. He says Cynthia G is in that same group. I don't know too much about Cynthia G. The little I've seen Cynthia G, I ain't really like. But I ain't gonna sit here and say that I know everything about Cynthia G because I don't really listen to her like that. But the little I have seen of her, yeah, man. Cynthia G always seems to be getting in problems with people online. He said, look her up, she talks too much. I remember she said some weird shit about Jason Black. Oh, okay, that's who she is. All right, she one of them. He said Cynthia G hates black men. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know if I call Samuels a character. Now, that whole wearing a suit things inside your own fucking apartment, that's just weird to me. But I can't necessarily call him a character because of the substance behind a lot of things that he says. He says a lot of things with substance. A lot. Again, especially for those of you motherfuckers stuck on that superficial plane. Me, DwannBrown, I've ascended above that superficial. I'm into what's real in life. Life is the experiences that you have day to day. Think about all the times that you felt that you were broke, you didn't have enough, times were tough because money was hard. When you look back 10 years, what are your biggest memories? Are your biggest memories the time that you had hard 15 years ago? Or was it the time you said, fuck it, and went to Vegas or New Orleans or went to go see that friend that you haven't seen in a long time, or went to that concert. When you look back 10 years, it's the experiences you hold on to. It's the experiences that we hold on to. What's the lesson in that? It means every day we should be in for an experience. And really experience every day that we live in the present, in the moment. You're right about that, Mark. You don't have to be rich to have sex with beautiful women. Life is the experiences. So you can get caught up in all that superficial shit as you want. But the whole having the hair and nails right and the right suit or the right dress, 10 years from now, all that shit's out of fashion, outdated, and looks weird. But those experiences you had and the feelings you get from those experiences, that's what's real. How do we know that's what's real? It's because we can relive those moments throughout our lives. Shut our eyes. Oh, and don't let that experience have happened at a time a certain song was on. Because when you pair an experience with a song, you'll be able to relive that experience the rest of your life by way of that song. We all know what I'm talking about. There's something fun, important that happened in your life that at the time there was a song playing. And every time you hear that song, you relive that memory. So you tell me what's real. How a person looks, what job a person has, how much money they make, or the feeling you get when you spend time with them. And that song comes on. And you feel in the music. And you feel in your time with that person. You tell me what's real. Don't listen to me. Reflect on your life, your memories. What stands out the most? Superficial, man, my hairline a certain way, or I was wearing a certain clothes, or is it the experience you had during those moments? It's about the experience, people. It's about the experience. What y'all talking about? All right, y'all calm down. Y'all ain't saying shit in the chat room. I'm getting every goddamn last drop I can of this shit, some good ass wine. He says Brandon coming back to Craig Facts. I don't know. Brandon's schedule been crazy than a motherfucker. I don't know. Let me see here. But either way it goes, we still, nigga, we all still 10 toes down with Brandon. He been busy as hell, but I saw on Instagram, him and Duncan was hanging out earlier. Nigga, we still 10 toes down with that nigga. I don't hit any smoke shops. There's a Turk market that I go to, but that's membership only. The Turk market out here in LA is a place where a whole bunch, it's like a farmer's market for weed. A whole bunch of people get together who are growers or who have connects. And so it'd be like 30, 40 people in there selling weed, different strands, direct from growers and shit. That's where I get my weed from. What do I think about Sanchez and the Flat Earth movement? I don't think about it. I don't give a fuck if the earth is round or flat. Whatever it is, you better be spending your time learning about how to own and control as much of it as you can so you can live a comfortable life and have something to pass down to your descendants. I don't give a fuck if the earth is flat or round. I've seen good science on both sides of it. But at the end of the day, it don't matter. Shane said you ate a mushroom trip last night. Hell yeah. I wanted to do my mushroom trip tonight, but I just had a busy day. Couldn't get to it. I think I'm gonna do my mushroom trip on Monday. Yeah, I think I'm doing my mushroom trip I've never done a Monday mushroom trip. It's funny how with shrooms, the shroom trip sort of takes on the energy of the day. If you do shrooms on Friday or Saturday, it's a lot of partying going on. But I've noticed when you do shrooms on a Sunday, you really get real deep inside and introspective and real spiritual. I don't even get it. Maybe it's just the energy. Let's see. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah.
You on the way?
Yeah, I'm on the way. You still want me to call you when I'm close to home?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Shit. That's my beautiful wife. She been with her family all day. I was with her family a little earlier, but I had to leave. I had other shit to do. My wife has a dope family. Now, I never tried peyote, but I am open to trying peyote. I will try it. That's more natural shit. My limit is chemical drugs. I don't do anything that's been put through a lab. No. Have I been to Texas? Yes. Plenty of times. My family's in Dallas. I was in Houston 2 years ago. I'll be back in Texas this year. I'll be back in Texas this summer. Probably twice. I'm gonna go once to do a comedy show, and I'm gonna go another time to Dallas to just see my family. Oh yeah, but my wife's good at that. Again, another thing that qualifies me to be a relationship coach and guru. Hell, my wife's family, her parents are still married. His marriage is all around me. I don't understand divorce. Like, a lot of people have gone through that, and my heart goes out to you. No disrespect to anyone who's gone through a divorce directly or indirectly through a family member. But I've never experienced that. I'm married, my parents are married. My grandparents on both sides were married until they all died. My great grandparents were married until they all died. My sister's married. My sister's husband, his parents are still married. My wife's parents are married. Well, then that's because I attract her physically. I told the story last night. You probably weren't in the chat last night. But in the last night I told the story. Hell yeah, I was attracted to my wife physically. My wife had a big ass booty, and I like big booties. So hell yeah, I was attracted, and she had a pretty face. She had a pretty face and a big booty. Hell yeah, I was attracted to my wife. All that mental, spiritual shit came later. You better be attracted, but the attracted comes out of you being secure within what you're attracted to. Just make sure you ain't one of these niggas that's attracted to what society says is right. Make sure what you want in a woman is what you want in a woman. You're right, Shane. You said a lot of the diaspora don't think we have culture. Well, that's their problem. The same people that don't think we have culture look up to white people. They look up and idolize the people who fucked them over and made their countries desolate and their dollar non-valuable. These are people who are okay with their country having all the oil, all the gold, all the cobalt, all the vibranium, all that shit, and their dollar be not worth nothing. They're okay with that. But they'll tell your black ass that you black Americans don't have culture. Don't worry about nobody like that. Y'all worried about they telling us what we ain't got, while the people that they idolize are stealing everything that they have under their feet, and they thank them for it. Don't worry about what them niggas think. Be goddamn if I'm worried about what some fucking person from a country that's mineral rich, but ain't got a dollar that's worth 2 cents. Literally, I ain't gonna let that person tell me shit. That's just their own insecurity talking. Fuck them. But I've been on this motherfucker for over 2 hours. I got 160 likes, 117. I appreciate y'all for liking me. I'm gonna take one more question and then I'm out of here. Matter of fact, I don't even feel like taking one more question. I'm gonna be back on this motherfucker like Monday morning or Tuesday morning, sometime around there. I'm gonna get back online. But thank y'all. Remember this, get my book No Time to Waste and my webinar. And I got my t-shirts. I got my new Reparations Down t-shirt. Go on Hotepish page. Y'all see the new t-shirt, Reparations Down? You ask me what do I think is the next music genre? I don't know. We won't know until it come out. But I do know somewhere right now there is a black child working on the next genre of music. And I guarantee you there's some black adult telling him, that ain't real music. That's what we as black adults gotta do right and do better. Encourage these little young motherfuckers. Because there's a black child somewhere in this country right now that's creating a new sound that in 30 years is gonna be where hip hop is now. Remember, hip hop wasn't shit back in the 90s and the 80s. All mainstream did was hip hop was an easy punchline. Now hip hop is running the yard. So somewhere there's a young black child creating something new that we all going to eventually learn to love and enjoy. Make sure you're not that adult shitting on it. All right. Remember this: there are no perfect messengers. only perfect message is for those who are willing to pick up game. My name is